Good morning, Toy Box fans. This is Counterpunch. Good fucking morning. Do you know why it's a good fucking morning? Because it is July 15th, 2017, in Mississauga, Ontario, which means I am going to TFCon. It's gonna be a good time. So, anyways, it's like 6:45 in the morning. I have my morning smoke. And I figured that today would be more of a vlog, or a blog, whatever the fuck it is. I'm going to be interviewing people throughout the day, asking them what they got, where they come from, why they like collecting Transformers, and what like their main reason for coming to TFCon, how many years they've been there, that sort of thing. I really want to meet a lot of people today, and see where they're coming at. You can hear the planes. So this is the intro for the day, and stay tuned. All right, so we are in line at TFCon. How do you turn it around?
There's the line. Over there is the entrance. There's everybody over there.
We are ready. What are you gonna get today?
Toys.
What kind of toys?
Transform.
What is the one you're most excited about?
Optimus?
Say hi to all of our friends at Toy Box.
Hey guys.
Hello, dragonlordprime, in the flesh. He doesn't talk online, but he's here at TFCon.
Yeah.
What are you gonna get this year?
Stuff I probably shouldn't.
We have what, like 15 more minutes till the line gets until it opens? 10 minutes? 10 minutes till TFCon. All right, more later.
Have the group discuss our impressions from TFCon. So 3 of us just saw pictures, and 1 of us was actually there. By mazintotoro, I'm joined by Counterpunch, who made the holy pilgrimage himself.
Yeah, and I dropped about $1,000. It was a good time.
And also joined by Necro Oblivion.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm just waking up from a great nap, but I saw lots of cool coverage I want to talk about today.
And also joined by Timotheus Prime.
Thank you for having me. I'll be here till the end of the podcast.
All right, so gentlemen, what excited you from what you saw at TFCon Toronto?
I would honestly have to say for me, what shocked me the most was Wei Jiang says, the X9 and Fans Toys shouldn't be the only one making a giant and Mega Supreme. I think we should do one too. And so they're doing their own giant and Mega Supreme. The size isn't confirmed or anything. They just showed a picture. Apparently, there was a rumor that they were saying that, oh no, it's a hoax, it's not really going to happen. But they were telling dealers that because they were putting up false prices that it'd be $140 to $160 to purchase. So that letter I posted in the toy box, that's a letter confirming, say, yeah, we are making it. And that was next to the other thing I'll reveal later in news.
So
but yeah,
is it their own, or is it going to be an oversized knockoff of one of the other 2?
It looks like original design. To me. I don't see anything. I mean, it has a really small, cute tank mode in its alt mode. If you guys saw that, like the head it's literally like a little bit of the head and the shoulders is kind of like the tank. But it works. It looks cool. And apparently the reason why it's small is because Zach, I guess, said earlier yesterday that apparently it's going to be motorized. And for me, that is just win-win all around. So I'm excited for that. Now I have a problem. I like all 3 of these Mega Supremes. I have a huge, huge problem.
Correct me if I'm wrong, or actually, no, don't even correct me. Which one is the one that we've all seen throughout the week? Who makes that version?
Fans Toys.
Fans Toys.
I'm talking about Wei Jiang's
It wasn't physically present at the show. Like the Fans Toys one was the one that was there at the Chosen Prime booth.
Right. Yeah, the one that I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks really cool. What's the third one?
The third one is Wei Jiang. You're talking about DX9 Gabriel?
Sure.
The DX9 Gabriel looks really good too. It's going to have like replaceable faces where you can have the tier from the Secret of Supreme face.
Oh, okay.
But I'm interested in I'm interested in Wei Jiang because if you guys notice from that picture, you see the little guy down there next to him. You guys know that's from the episode Secret of Mega Supreme, the guy who does the maintenance bot that repairs the Guardians, and regularly repairs and makes Supreme apparently, and he's just called Doc. It's like, thanks, Doc, and he leaves to go back to guard Crystal
really?
City.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And so I thought, okay, that's cool, and I like the aesthetics. So far, it's probably my favorite aesthetics of a Mega Supreme of Wei Jiang's version. I can't wait to reveal the height, the size, and everything. If it's 14 inches tall, I might still have to get it. That means it's more affordable, but I'll definitely need to get one of those.
So they were just because unfortunately I wasn't at that panel. They were just like render images.
Yeah, basically it was alt mode and robot mode with Doc standing next to him. I have the video saved. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So I want to see what people's reaction was to it because, I'm excited. And Wei Jiang is really building headway. They're going from a KO company to an official third-party company with their Masterpiece Megatron, and there's now a Mega Supreme. It looks good so far from what I've seen, and Wei Jiang has not disappointed yet. So I'm very optimistic.
Cool.
And the other thing I think that excited me at the con was I'm interested that that oversized Combiner Wars Superion made by the same guys who made that Classics Prime, that oversized Leader Class Classics Prime. I think it's called Jinjiao or Jinjiao, something like that. And it's pretty huge, but no confirm of the actual size. But having someone posting Springers. A Generations Voyager Springer against certain figures gives an idea of size. But overall, the most thing I was excited for was that Wei Jiang. It caught my eye, and I'm excited for it.
All right, Necro, what did you like?
Okay, so it was a little surprising, some of the entries that we had out here. I'm not surprised by, more more combining teams showing up. I think the biggest shockers and items that I'm like, wow, no idea, and I really want them now. Perfect Fusion, the side company for Fans Toys, released images of their Cyclonus product. I believe his name is Quietus, and that looks really awesome. So it's going to be MP-like figure, and go with, whenever they release their slag, which who knows, because they've been teasing that for over a year now. But that really, threw me for a loop. Wasn't expecting it at all. The others, which were surprising and fun, were Iron Factory's Blaze Dash and, Blot Runner. Those were Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. And bot modes are really cool. Alt modes, not so much. But it's just really neat that they have those. They were out on display. They were, fully produced characters as opposed to just images or renders.
I did like that the alt modes looked pretty similar to each other, just in the body shape wise.
Yeah, they did. Right, they did. But for some reason, the Sunstreaker one, there's just too much of a breakup between the panels and the window pieces, and it's a little too much going on there. So that put me off. So not a good look on the Sunstreaker at least. But bot modes were cool. They also showed out the full production images or prototype images of their War Giant Bruticus set. That was really cool. I think that's probably going to be the next product after they finish releasing their trio of Seekers. So that would be a lot of fun.
That Bruticus looks cute. What does that thing like about 9 inches tall combined?
What's that?
Well, the design looks great on it. But yeah, it's going to be smaller. That's Iron Factory's shtick, really. It's going to have an awesome Legends display.
Fun little Cybertronian-like alt modes. And definitely good for people who collect the smaller scale of figures. And then Mastermind Creations came out with some items that were out of the blue, and they're quite welcome. They did at first I didn't even catch this, but it's a reuse of the mold they used for Tarn or Coulter, and they're doing Thunderclash. Colors are a little off for me, but I'm really happy with the bot mode. Alt mode, I'm still kind of trying to get used to. I mean, it does look like the sketches and images that they're using for the source material, but it's just I don't know. I'm still not completely warmed up to it yet. So he's coming out, and then they went and pulled out and said, "Hey, here's the pet. You can also transform into Nominus Ambus." That was really cool. That was a huge shocker for me, and it's just I was expecting them to have a prototype out of the next one of the larger DJG members, or even renders of the fifth one, but they pull out the pet, so that's cool in and of itself. Plus, it also leaves the door open to getting a Minimus Ambus at some point. And then finally, they brought out a reuse of the Titanica and Dichemist modes for Bulkhead, which, again, completely threw me off. I think I'm more excited with the fact that they're making a Bulkhead, and the figure itself is kind of like, well, might not be the best use of that mold for him, but at the same time, it lends so much to some of the attributes for him, such as like a big armored carrier mode, and also the mace hands that can switch out. Okay, that's a Bulkhead signature right there. So with the originality of it going through, I think it could be fun. It's just like a leaner Bulkhead right now. So there's no news on any of those three, where they're going to show up in production. It's just they were there, and we'll have to find out sometime down the line. They also did, now I'm thinking about it, showed off some just some renders or sketches of a reuse of the drift mold for Deadlock, which that hadn't been announced before, so that was pretty cool. People who are fans of the backstory of Drift can be able to hang on to that character, especially since they already have plans for Wing coming out in the very near future. That'll be good for a collection, I think. And those were the big surprises for me, and that's what I'll focus on a lot. That's it.
All right, well, I guess for me, I thought a lot of stuff looked good, but I think the thing that I'm probably most likely to buy will be that Thunderclash from Mastermind, because I am a sucker for Thunderclash. Damn it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So I'm going to try to
That's
sucker
very
Counterpunch
ironic.
into it too, since he's also a disciple of the Church of Thunderclash.
I know. I'm actually looking on Kijiji right now, and there's a guy selling a Thunderclash G1.
Nice.
One of us. One of us.
It's
One of
100%
us.
complete.
Nice. And you just spent so much money. That's the way of the universe, isn't it?
He's happy though, so I don't think he's like crying over it. I mean, he had the time. It sounds like he had the time of his life. So
No, I did very well. And, I was actually quite surprised in terms of sightings. So this will still stay in news topic, but in terms of sightings, I did see 2 Triptychons. They were at TFCon, going for $250.
So Brand was right.
Yeah, Brand was right. I said 200. He said, nah, 250. So, Brand, you win. Hats to you, sir. The clones have been announced, and there were sightings at TFCon. $55 to $60 for the set.
good grief.
For one set.
A complete set, or just like one Autobot, one Decepticon?
One Autobot, one Decepticon. Because, as if I'm not mistaken, there is going to be an Amazon and a Walgreens, correct?
Right.
Correct.
Okay. Honestly, I don't know which one is the Walgreens and which one is the Amazon. I didn't even ask, to be honest with you, because I looked at it, laughed, and walked away.
The flying ones are Walgreens, and the land ones are Amazon.
Okay, I think both were there, to be honest with you then. I really think it was. And you know what? I picked them up, and it's just like, really? Because I'm pretty sure they're like $20 to $30 online.
That's
Well,
like
they're not really out yet. That's
like a
the
4%.
thing. You have to wait for them to hit, North America, because you're just paying
That's
an extra
true.
price for, one, for them being out so soon, and two, it's from the Asian markets. So just hold your time for it. They'll come out eventually,
Yeah.
and you can get them regular price.
Well, one of Dragonlord Prime's friends bought one. He succumbed to it, but yeah, whatever. I just decided against it, and I hemmed and hawed at Triptychon too, but I really needed G1 parts, so I decided against it.
You made
There
the right
were.
choice.
Sorry?
You made the right choice.
I think so. I'll get it at through Toys R Us eventually. I did not see a single deluxe Wave 5. I did see 2 sets of Octane and Blitzwing. I picked up Octone. I did pick up an Octone. I said no to Blitzwing. They were going for $50 a piece. So
It's terrible.
I know. No Wave 4 sightings in terms of Titan's Return. I did not see any Repugnus or Shuffler. None. I did not see any Sea Sprays. I did not see any. What were the other? Was there another ledge? Oh, Cosmos. Yeah, no Cosmos. So that's kind of what I saw in sightings that has been announced and released. But at the same time, some little birdies at TFCon told me that they have seen Wave 5 Deluxes in Walmart. So hopefully good news for all of us.
Yeah, I've not seen Wave 5 yet, but I saw a Sea Spray and Cosmos yesterday in a Target.
Nice. Did you pick them up or just Sea Spray?
I had Sea Spray ordered from BBTS when they put them up. There's actually another dude there we were talking Transformers for a while, and he kind of laughed and said he was glad I bought mine off BBTS so he could pick up one, since there's only one on the shelf left. And yeah, Blitzwing and Octone were there, and I passed, so...
I really like the Octone figure. Got a little soft spot for him. He doesn't have a lot of love.
I like him. I think if I go for him, I'd rather get the Takara one with the Ghost Starscream head.
Oh, cool. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not sure yet, so I'm waffling on that one. I spent too much on Diaclone shit lately.
Goddamn, that big shit.
It is a big shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of... That's so cool. I didn't see any Diaclone stuff there. None.
Ah, bastards.
I'm actually quite surprised. I'm quite surprised.
No love for the Origin series for Transformers. I guess other than MMC's funky yellow Trailbreaker.
Although, I did see a fully complete... what was the GoBot combiner's name?
The cool one or the not cool one? Because Devil Satan 6 is the boss.
Different color. There's one that's blue, there's one that's white, there's one that's yellow, red. There, I thought that was really cool.
Well, it's nice that GoBots get some love.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much, but...
Well, they are doing more of those Machine Robo redos, so, there's a little bit more love for you.
Except they keep putting off Jet Robo. I need a blue Jet, damn it. I don't give a shit about Missile, whatever the hell Robo.
Maybe one day. Like a year from now.
Just not the one I want. One of the central characters of the anime, they just keep putting off. Bastards.
Maybe they had a focus group, and the focus group was just like, nah.
Oh, but Blue Jet is a pimp. Oh, he's great. Crazy swordsman, Max on the Robot Ladies. His head looks like a giant dick. I mean...
That's funny. The only third party that I can really talk about is, the only one that I bought at TFCon. So I can talk a little bit about Calidus, and it's not open yet.
Alright, here we are at ages 3 and up. Gonna pick up Calidus, 120 Canadian. There you go, Matt.
Isn't he pretty? Tell me how pretty he is.
He looks cool, yeah. I saw it in the display case. It looked really nice. I won't lie. Even the box is quite nice. It's so anyways, the one that I bought for Maz there was Calidus Asterisk Mode. So I don't know if that's special or not, but apparently it is. They said that one is just going to be for TFCon. I was there at 9 o'clock, and I was lucky enough to run into Dragonlord Prime, who was there since 7. And I was the 20th person in the door. It was very nice, and we all ran to ages 3 and up MMC table, and the line started forming, and then people just started going crazy, and like people were trying to like crowd the booth and like try to buy it real quick, and they're like, no, there's a line, and holy cow, like it was actually like I was very claustrophobic for a little bit, but 120 Canadian. That's how much they were charging at the con for it. So everyone was saying that was a really good price.
Here we go. We're finally in. We're going to the ages 3 and up table, Maz. Oh, look at this. Look at this stuff. Look at this. First people in. Hello again. All right, let's find the ages 3 and up booth. We got time. Oh boy.
There's captured prey.
There's captured prey. This must be ages 3 and up. Let's go. Other end. Calidus. We're gonna get you, Calidus.
Right at the end.
All right. Look at all those. Look at all this stuff, boys. Oh my God, the line. Calidus. All right, we're gonna stand in line to get Calidus.
Sold out within an hour.
Within an hour, yep. They said that the general admission would not be able to get that figure. At the other table, they were selling the yellow Trailbreaker. They were selling last year's Sphinx and a few other things. I wanted to go get Spartan, but they were sold out really quick too. By the time I made a second trip just to see if they had them, they sold out a Spartan as well. So, and ages 3 and up seem to do very well this year in the third-party department, because that's the first time I've ever really stood in line to buy a Transformer.
So their Sphinx stock came in a year late?
Yeah, there was a good dozen there.
Because it wasn't last year that they were short-stocked on what they were supposed to bring?
Oh, yeah, and they told everybody to order online, and it was just like, that's very dumb. That's a TFCon exclusive, and you brought how many?
Yeah, that's rough.
That's better than Fade's Project, who forgot to bring theirs last year.
So did Renderform with a zine. He was just like, "Oh, I'll do my Thunderclash Sunday." Well, thanks, bud. I actually wanted to buy that.
Well, now you have other modern Thunderclash options now.
I know. I'm really gonna have to go take a look at those pictures. I haven't had an opportunity yet. Like I've been there. I was gone for 2 days, so I had to kind of like take a step back and get everything ready for Monday. So I haven't even looked at any of the news articles or anything like that. I'm just going by what I took. So I hope it's really cool. I'd love to buy one if it looks really nice. Is it IDW or G1?
It's IDW styled.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I'll send you a pic comparing him to Generation Springer.
Okay, sure. I'd love to see it. I just might buy that figure.
Yo, Counterpunch.
Yes, sir.
So I have some good news for you.
Okay.
If you still have any bit of cash left, you can pick up a Spartan online. They are there for $85.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
I need a couple weeks. I gotta recoup, man. I gotta recoup.
All right. Well, they're
it's
out
bad
there.
though. It's bad because I was actually on my way to Toys R Us and I was hoping. I was like, after I heard that about the Wave 5 stuff, I'm gonna start looking a little more cautiously now. And I was just like, I'm gonna buy a deluxe, and then my girlfriend's just like, you just spent like $1,000. Like, really? You're gonna go buy another Transformer? Did you not buy enough yesterday?
No. The answer is no. At least with this group.
Yeah. What is enough? What is?
That is an open question.
That's a discussion that's going to take more time than we have today. So,
I think Tim would be the one best equipped to do it when he buys like 7 of the giant Transformers. So, because my answer would be when it puts you out of space, house, home, and he'd be the one closest to that, I believe.
Yeah, I would also say, but the reason I buy multiples is just it gives me a sense of comfort. It's not tried to exploit it or try to sell it. It's not tried to...
just to build a fort out of Fort Max boxes. I mean, it's very meta, so...
No.
It is.
No.
Or have you never built a fort out of Fort Max boxes? Because if you haven't, what the hell is wrong with you? Tell me you made a Fort Max fort.
Doesn't sound like it. Like a kid's fort.
So I actually thought about taking out my boxes and making kind of a fort out of it. Just post a picture online.
So you have not made a Fort Max fort. I am
No,
so
that sounds like the
disappointed.
answer is no.
I don't know why I bought so many Fort Maxes.
So we can
Keep
keep joking
in mind.
about it for many, many months. That's why.
Well, keep in mind, I have 2 SDC, 2 of the Japanese, and 3 of the general release.
You should commission
You need to
War
get to the
Priest
pre-click for
to
that.
paint a few of them like some of the ones in the IDW comics, and then you can have like your Titan army.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think I can afford it. Commissions cost like over a few $100 easy, especially for the quality of the work and the artist.
Okay, do it yourself.
I
Just
thought
paint the
about
arms
it.
red and you get a Grand Max.
There you go.
I already did get. Well, we're not getting the gets yet. When we get to gets, I'll explain what I got. So we don't get into gets right now. But I buy multiples. It gives me comfort, and I'm also I do it because you guys are actually kind of my drug dealers. I mean, you instigate my response.
We enable you. We enable you.
Yes, enable.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
That's the right
Yep.
word.
You enable me to buy multiples. So yes, thank you.
I guess I have dealt to you a couple times, but
They do call it plastic crack for a reason. Two of my
Yeah.
interviewees
Yes.
said that. 2 of my interviewees specifically said plastic crack.
So this is Counterpunch. I'm at my first interviewee today. We're going to be talking with...
Technicplace, aka Nicholas Padua.
And Nicholas, how long have you been collecting Transformers?
Within the year.
Within the year, so you're new.
I'm very new. I'm the young gun coming up.
And a couple minutes ago, you also mentioned that this is your first TFCon.
My very first TFCon. Now, I've known about it for like 3 years now, but I've never came. And I met a couple of the I forget what they're called, but that band, the Transformers band. I met a couple of those guys at Fan Expo previous year, so they said you should come out to TFCon if you're into collecting. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because this is like Canada's like #1 fan-run convention, right? So it's always great to see new people come, and I'm actually really thankful that I met someone who's never like this is your first year. So I'm really glad that you're here. So thanks for coming. What Transformer toys do you like the most? Like what line?
I'm actually really torn between the Titans Return set and the Transformers Prime First Edition series.
And what was the last Transformer you got recently?
Okay, so the last one I got was I don't know what they're called. They're the AM series, the Japanese import from the Prime collection.
Okay. Arms Micron?
Arms Micron. Oh my god, I already forget his name. He's the big. I already forget. Decepticon. It's bugging me. Help me out, brother. Arms Micron, big guy.
Is this from Energon, Armada?
From the Prime series.
Okay,
So,
from the Prime series.
and is it Silas? Silas used his body later on after they killed him.
Breakdown?
Breakdown.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't figure out for
So
the
you got
longest
him just
time.
recently?
I got him recently.
With the head?
Everything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for giving me a few minutes today. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, so this is my second interview today. This is Counterpunch with Toy Box Podcast. I am here with
This is Dr. Arkeville here at TFCon Toronto.
TFCon Toronto, Mississauga, Meadowvale. It's 10:30 in the morning. We're having our first little break here. Dealer room is packed. Calidus is just going wild. The third-party TFCon exclusives, there's just lineups. You can't even get by them. I've already had my first round of buying stuff. What brought you here today, Micah?
Well, this is a tradition I do every year, and I look forward to it more than anything else, I think. So it's really important I come here this weekend to get a load off and see my friends and have a good look at the plastic crack that I've been craving all year long.
Oh, the plastic crack. We are all obsessed about the plastic crack here at TFCon. How long have you been coming to TFCon?
Well, I've been coming to TFCon since 2006. I've kept it up every year. I've missed 1 year just to give myself a break, but I have to come every year. I regret missing that one year, I have to say.
And why do you love coming to TFCon?
You know what? TFCon is like unlike any other convention, especially Transformers conventions. This is somewhere where I can hang out with some friends, and we can enjoy a passion that we all share alike. And I think that's a really important thing for me, anyways, because I need to escape. No one understands this plastic clack, and you're giving me this smile, and I know you know what I mean, and I know the listeners know what I mean. This is something that you can share with only the special type of friends that you get.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, this is like the biggest fan. I'm not sure if there's one in Vancouver or not, but it's the biggest fan run in Ontario, if not Canada. And this is huge. Like, it's only been getting bigger every year. Like, we're sitting outside in the parking lot and, like, place is packed. There's been years where I've come and it's not so busy, but, like, I think this is the busiest year yet.
It's huge. The lineup was crazy. And like, I was in the dealer room for more than 5 minutes and I was already getting claustrophobic.
And what is the either toy or panel or what have you, what is the thing you're most excited about?
Well, okay, the voice actors and the guests are always like a big thing for me. And the panels I want to see, Ninjatron has a panel, and he had a good panel last year, and I look forward to his panel this year. And Daniel has a panel. There's a whole bunch of panels, and I like to see what the voice actors have to say. But because like that's I remember a lot about all the voice actors and guest panels.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for
having me. All right, so this is Counterpunch here with
Galvion or Dogcades on Twitter.
We'll stick with Galvion.
Perfect.
Sounds more Transformers-like. So you and I have been friends for a while. I see you a lot of toy shows. Why are you at TFCon today?
I've been coming since 2006, so for 13 years, and well, it's a bit of an addiction of all of our, plastic crack is good, and
yep, plastic crack.
Quality's increasing, and yeah, I got out of the fandom for quite a while, and classics basically brought me back in, and I was helping a buddy sell for a number of years, and just sort of continued.
Here we are.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at your bag, and our viewers can't really see the bag. Would you like to disclose the contents in said bag?
Indeed. I've already taken a couple of room runs, meaning dump and come down for more. I have 3 prints, actual art, line art for Alex Milne, More Than Meets the Eye comic book. So, yeah, I'm pretty impressed.
That's the Decepticon Justice Division taking out... what are those? The Scavengers?
Yes.
Yeah, taking out the Scavengers.
And I also
have
nice
prints.
The reveal or
of Ambus.
Yeah,
Minimus Ambus
is Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
Spoiler. And the part where Swerve gets to tell Tailgate how long Tailgate's been basically going back and forth in and out of consciousness. 4 million years.
4 million years.
Giving up part of, Swerve's rations for how long, just so he could be the one to tell Tailgate.
And what's the big thing that you wanted to come and buy today? Or is there something specific that you were after coming to TFCon?
For the longest time, it was all about the toys. But I gotta tell you, in the last couple of years, it's been seeing my buddies. So I don't necessarily come with a list, but if there's anything I really wanted, you know what? Check out the exclusives. Pretty much friends first and bought second, because I don't want to say it's tainted, but the fact is you can get everything online now. Some of the disadvantages of coming to the con, one, it's all here, which is great, but flip side of that is it's a con, so people tend to, as you know,
jack the prices up
a little bit.
Yeah,
the businesses can only do that so much because, of course, you can get it on their site for the same price, so they can't really get away with a lot of gouging, but there's a lot of rare stuff here.
At the same time, too, right? We're here. We're able to purchase more than one thing at a time, so we're looking for those bargains. That's why there's 2 dealer rooms this year, right? So, I've got some definite bargains this year. I don't know about you, but I've got some good bargains for sure.
Generations Brainstorm's one of the only molds of Brainstorm I haven't got. One end of the room, it's $60. In the other area, is $30. I have photo proof, and you just have to walk around, and you learn every year what to do, what not to do. I believe that, obviously try to go with a budget, but walk around the dealer room once, look at stuff, and just take it in. If it doesn't work out, and you don't save on some, or you lose on others, if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. You got to make peace with that. There'll always be something else to buy.
Exactly. Now, those do sound like some words of wisdom, but is there anything else you would like to tell our listeners at Toy Box?
Bring small bills, and bring it all with you, meaning don't hit the ATM a few times a day. 1, you're paying a charge each time. 2, it cleans out fast because everybody thinks, oh, I'll just go to the ATM. Bring small bills. The dealers really appreciate that. Not a lot of them make change. That's why prices are usually not $38. It's a straight 40 or whatnot.
Yep.
What else? I guess shower.
And remember to
I
have
think it's
fun.
a lot better. Oh, absolutely. And and take room runs once in a while. Just go upstairs. Don't take it all around with you. Don't chance damaging your boxes or bumping into people. They're trying to get more dealers in, which is great. It makes smaller alleyways. So, Canadians, so a lot of sorry. There are a few people that still list in American, but maybe just bring something that you can kind of translate. Wi-Fi isn't great. Make sure you leave some room in your data plan because you might want to check prices real quick on Google.
Yep.
And
not only that, but my phone is at 20%, so battery
no.
chargers are always a good thing.
Yes.
Those portable ones. But thank you very much, Galvion, for your time. I really do appreciate
No
that
problem.
today. Thank you.
Till all or what?
Till all or one.
Just officially announced yesterday ago, posted on Facebook by Sun and Sun. Apparently, we found out that Wei Jiang is planning to do their own version of TFCon, and they posted the G1 box art of TFCon as a little hey, yeah, we're doing it. So I'm like, okay, and I'm just like, that's cool. The question is it going to be an oversized KO of the Titan class TFCon, or is it going to be their own design? I think Smart Money is going to be a slightly oversized version of the Hasbro release TFCon with probably some mods improved, maybe a little more articulation, thighs that don't explode. That would be a good start.
So wait, these are the same people that announced an Omega Supreme?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they came to where they have a couple divisions, or I'm not sure how they think of it, because the oversized version of the Last Night Voyager Megatron, it's technically by a sibling group of theirs. It's not technically by them, or at least that's what they've said on social media.
Apparently, Maz, there's a lot of drama going on about that. Is it Wei Jiang's? And basically, the reason why Wei Jiang's not saying it's theirs, it's kind of like they're using a proxy to cover their butt if the Asian Hasbro Asia goes after them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So saying, "Oh no, it's not us."
Well, it'd be kind of interesting if they did the oversized knockoff with some modifications under one name and kept another name for their own more original product moving forward.
I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, it's continuously apparently there's some disputes between the factory that Wei Jiang's dealing with. It's saying there's talk about a lawsuit, and I'm just like, what? What the heck, man? And I'm just like, so much drama. And apparently there's going to be a third run of this Rendezvous, what they're calling it, and he's going to have his face mask. So they're going to do some remolding to it when they re-release it.
You mean Rinsora?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're calling that Megatron. So doing with the face mask. Crap. Might have to get that one.
Yeah, it's just, there's so much, and also Wei Jiang also showed that they're doing more Combiner Wars oversized, I saw Breakdown and Off-Road. Those are coming too. So Wei Jiang's busy. Though I'm really surprised they went from okay, we're going to do some oversized knockoffs. Okay, we're going to do this Megatron thing, say it's ours, say it is, say it isn't. And oh, by the way, Mega Supreme, and why not TFCon? And I'm just like, wow. But to be fair, though, we saw tons of pictures of the oversized Arkeville Megatron. According to Black Apple, the design was rejected by Wei Jiang, and that's all they said. Wei Jiang didn't want to do it, so it was too costly to make.
Lame.
That was a big 17-inch Megatron, or I think it was 18 inches. That Black Apple designed for Wei Jiang, and Wei Jiang rejected it. Paid the guy, but rejected the design.
I really like that Megatron design, actually.
Yeah. So Toy World needs to take lessons. Pay your designers. Pay them.
Everyone just be nice to each other, please.
Oh, and other news, this is kind of new on TFW. There's this new Ultimate Bumblebee RC controlled car that transforms and everything, and it's $154. Yay!
Wow.
Which Bumblebee is it representing?
It looks like it looks like kind of an Age of Stations last night kind of design on the shell of the front, but it's basically like, same kind of effect. Like basically he folds back into he folds back to a robot and then folds down to a car.
Okay, so just movie design.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but it's only $154. Just drop the bucket, go get it, Necro. Sure.
Only, yeah, why not?
Well, it's supposed to be huge, so if you want to chase like those small dogs around the house with a car or a cat, there you go. You're welcome.
Or for a little more than that, you can get a big powered. Please, someone else join me in buying this thing. I don't want to be alone.
If it was coming out at a different month, I would look into it, and that doesn't prevent me from picking up a few months down the road, assuming there's some left, and I think there will be.
Yeah,
but
November, still pretty
December,
easily do.
Yeah. So maybe I'll just wait for a good month afterwards and pick it up. I wouldn't mind it being regular price, or at least around 200. But yeah, November, December is already kind of booked up for me.
Well,
yeah,
with Anime Export, so it is already bought.
Me too, except for not that thing.
Well, yeah, Sunstreaker's coming out that month too.
It's gonna be a good time.
That's gonna be a big ass box.
Yeah. Sunstreaker, Lambor Plus. Two waves of Takara Legends figures. I mean, yeah, and that's not even including any third party. So, like I said, that's a busy month already.
This is weird. I mean, I bought a Sunstreaker coming out in November to get Calidus, so just the time feels weird to me.
Calidus.
Oh, I'm gonna send that out to you next week.
Okay, whenever, dude.
This week.
I'm not stressing anything too quick. I know your finances are recovering.
So for anybody who doesn't know,
like everybody,
Maz and I have a credit relationship where he sends me stuff and I go buy stuff for him at TFCon, and that's why I stood in line this year for a ridiculous toy. No, just kidding.
It is kind of ridiculous. I do not disagree with that.
So anyways, Maz decided to order Sunstreaker for me, and in return, I would go buy him a few things at TFCon. However, the other things that were on his list, I couldn't find there. So there was no Diaclone stuff. There was no Titans Returns, Titan Masters. So we have said wife is very interested in, for some reason, Canadian maple syrup, because honestly, it is the best kind of maple syrup in the world, is obviously Canadian. I'm gonna go buy. I'm gonna go buy Maz's wife, the best maple syrup money can buy for the remainder of the credit that we didn't get at TFCon.
Wow, that better be some darn good maple syrup, I tell you. Hey.
Well, my wife's father was a.
We put those on. We put those on our burgers, eh? Take a hike there, you hoser.
Hosers.
And just because this is on my mind, but we were outside talking to Scott McNeil, and he happened to jump into his Wolverine X-Men Evolution voice, and then he stopped and he was like, that's not even like how Wolverine should be. And then he did this cross between how a Canadian talks and how Wolverine would talk. He was just like, "Who you gonna go get hockey, eh? You gonna go take it out and get some beers, eh, bud? Come on, call, let's go."
That's great.
I know I don't always sound Canadian, but I can sound Canadian, eh? Don't you know?
Bless Scott McNeil.
What a great guy.
Oh my God, hanging out with him was very funny. He he sat with me, and we were outside. I missed his panel, and then I came outside and had a smoke, and he came outside, and he said in his Dinobot voice if I had a lighter, and so I gave it to him, and it was so funny, and a few other people were asking him questions and talking, and he was doing the voices, and I was just like, hey, would you mind telling our podcast viewers a thank you, and here's the clip.
So I'm with my good buddy Scott.
Who has been into wondering why small people are inside tiny box? How you fit. Oh well, gives Waspinator a headache in his whole body. Insolent vermin taking all the screen time. I'll teach you the old-fashioned way.
Brutally! You don't like to see you try it there, Dino Boob. I mean, listen, yeah, I was kidding about the listen. I know. Shut up, Red Trap. You're not gonna die. All right, citizens, stand back on a silverboat. We'll handle this. For I am strong, proud, brave, and smart as a sack of hammers.
So that's what Scott McNeil did, and I'm very thankful that he just took the time to do it, and he was a really down to earth kind of guy, and thanks Maz for telling me to go to his panel, because like I said, I caught the tail end of it, and even the fact that I didn't, we were just hanging out and having a good time. So
that's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to experience him. So.
Yeah, for sure. And I didn't even have a lot of experience with guest speakers, or not even guest speakers, voice actors. Gary Chalk is my favorite Optimus Prime. I know he's not Optimus Prime, but still his voice is my favorite, other than Peter Cullen's. And hanging out with him was even fun too. And that was I would say 2012, 2013 was when I met him. And Scott McNeil, same thing. All these guys, they're always just a lot of fun, and they're there for the fans. And that's really appreciated.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed about Scott McNeil compared to most actors, he'll always stop. If you go up to him and, hey man, can I get a picture? Sure. It's like I don't think he's ever said no to anybody.
Yeah.
And it's ask him to do a silly voice and stuff. He's not like, oh, come on, man. He does it. And it's just, it's cool to see an actor who's down to earth, and you can just talk to him and just have a good time.
It is actually astounding how many voices he's played. I just saw, Marvin, I think it's Mariano. I don't know his actual last name. I'd have to find his business card. He gave me his business card. The guy who designed the Robot Heroes Optimus Dinosaur. He did all this artwork because he also runs a tattoo shop in South Pacific Mall in Toronto. And so he's an artist. He does tattoos. He did these one-off, or not even one-off, so giant vinyl prints of half of the voice actor's face and then half of the Transformer character, and then underneath it's a huge backdrop of every other character that person did. There's one of Frank Welker, there's one of Scott McNeil, and there's a few others. I didn't know the name of the voice actors. The guy who played Rumble, and he made all of those, and they were really cool. So he pulled out the Scott McNeil one, and so one half is Scott McNeil in the cowboy hat, and then the other half is Dinobot. Here's the clip.
But the poster one, they're extra glossy, so it's probably really vibrant, but then very fragile.
So it's Frank Welker and all of his voices. Very well done.
Oh, thank you.
I love it.
Sleepless nights. Trying to research. Oh, okay. Even though Wikipedia is very helpful, you still have to go through his other bios, which character does this guy voice,
Right.
So even still, I know I'm probably missing 5 or 20 characters for each of these guys. So yeah. And actually, the guy that surprised me the most was actually Scott McNeil.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what character does this guy voice? He's almost as much as Frank. He's still king though.
Right.
So that's true. Can you bring me that Scott one? Bring me on board. That's right here. Check this out. So this, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it in vinyl. But I would actually prefer in vinyl. So I had to go last minute go to Costco for this one. It's so shiny and nice. So I marked it. This is 505. Okay. The one I wanted.
Oh, he plays Kid Boo.
That's really nice. Yeah.
So, just so you know, I only have 4 of these.
Okay, how much is this one?
So 80. Yeah, each. So this, and then it comes with.
But if you guys have any other questions for me, like anything at all.
I love you.
That's not a question. I love you too, but that's not a question. It's a statement.
I mean, this is the time where third parties like, hey man, we need to show our stuff. We need to show it now. You know, kind of like, you know, we need to get it out there because the competition's so fierce. And honestly, there were a couple nice things they showed, but I was really disappointed. I was expecting so much more. It's like, what did TFC show? Nothing. Mastermind Creation showed. I mean, they had that exclusive, and that was cool. But it just felt like a little underwhelming. You know, because there was also supposed to be another third party company that was supposed to jump on the Meg Supreme bandwagon. But I guess they chickened out probably after Wei Jiang's panel. Like, oh crap, we're gonna show it. We're done. There's 3 Meg Supremes. Be done to put ours out there.
that could be true too. Now I actually have 2 responses to you. The first one is that I think, and I'm not an expert on third party, it's just sort of my kind of feelings about it. I really think third party is saturating the market. You've seen it with combiners, and now you're seeing it with like 2 or 3 companies trying to make the same figure. Like it just seems like there's too much now.
Yeah, there's like 10 fingers.
now that Hasbro and Takara have ramped up, now you guys, and I'm saying you 3 and you third-party fans, viewer-wise, you guys are now putting stress on the third parties to keep up with it. So that's putting a lot of strain on these because they're not as entrenched as Hasbro or Takara. They haven't been around, and like I'm sitting here defending third party right now. This is crazy, but like they haven't had the time to stabilize, like these companies who have stood for decades, and at an increasing market because you are seeing higher turnout rate at these cons. This is the biggest I've seen yet, and this is year 6 going. So that's my first response.
Yeah, I think they're definitely becoming more cutthroat with each other, and profit margins are probably getting less, and they're really pushing each other, which is a good thing for us. But yeah, it's harder business for them.
Yeah, apparently DX9, Unique Toys, and Fans Toys all hate each other. I don't know why.
See what I mean?
Yeah, it feels like there's bad blood between them for sure.
Exactly, and you guys are left with high costs. And sometimes some of you are buying both. Sometimes you're buying one. Sometimes you're buying all 3. And like, how long can you realistically keep that up? Realistically, how long are you going to keep buying Fans Toys, Unique Toys, Mastermind Creations, Wei Jiang, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, KFC of Menasor? Like, how are you going to do that? You're not. It's too much money. One, and you're going to get bored.
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, they are saturating when it comes to the same figures, and I don't understand it. I mean, it's just like, okay, so Unique Toys does Octane. Well, holy crap! Everyone else is going to start doing one now.
Exactly. It does. I think it does need to slow down. And like I said, the reason why this is the first response is because I think that's one of the reasons why it was lackluster. Okay. The second reason, and this plays to more of the social aspect of TFCon, because it is a 3-day event, or 2.5 day, I would say, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. It has a lot of social value. There's readings of the movie. There's multiple costume contests and cosplay contests. They do the voice actor panels. and then they have Sunday is like Transmission is doing a panel. There's a podcast panel. Like, thanks for not inviting us, guys. Just kidding, because we're not there yet in terms of like influence, but you know what I mean.
We're
like
the true indies.
Yeah, we're on the fringe. We're on the fringe. It's okay. Every year I'll just infiltrate deeper. I'll get on that panel eventually.
That's slower. Say a lot slower. Deeper voice.
What?
Penetrate deeply.
Gotta
What am I
penetrate the deep.
Gotta penetrate deep.
As a real Canadian Wolverine would say.
We're gonna penetrate it deep, eh? Yeah, we're gonna take it right now. We're gonna take it right out. It's gonna take out.
We're hosers.
You fucking
Well,
hosers.
So CP, you have valid points. One of the things here's my theory on why some of it was lackluster this time around. You've already gotten products announced beforehand for whatever reason it was. So X-Transbots and the X9 both said, hey, Stunticons are coming out. Although the X9 waited until today to actually show something. You've got two companies doing Combaticons already. They're different styles, but they're doing it, so again, that ties up money. You have the Fans Toys and DX9 doing Omega Supreme, and now Wei Jiang wants to throw their hat in there. There's Gigapower, who's been, teasing an Omega Supreme for the past 3 or 4 years, and I mean, they've only got 2 products out right now. So the market itself is saturated, and you got a lot of like vaporware going out right now. What I would prefer is if third parties had more of a cohesive business practice and just stayed in their focus. Fans Toys stays in their focus. Mastermind switched it up a little bit, but right now they seem to have a focus. When you start mixing around and doing various things within one line, even if it's different lines but the same company, I think that's where you get into a problem. And if they all start trying to take the same approach to a character and put it out for sale, that's where it just you're at a battle of inches or even centimeters at that point, because then it's like, well, I like that one too. Now I've got to nitpick the hell out of one to figure out which one I want.
Yeah.
Essentially, what we've seen recently, it might be good for pricing for the consumers, which I'm all for. But at the same time, I mean, it's just too much. And you're right, no one's going to keep up with, multiple versions of the same figure over and over and over again. It is difficult, especially at the higher price mark. But what I think it too is, at the same time, what I've just been talking about for the past minute or so, probably guided some of these companies in their presentation of what's coming out this weekend. So TFC, good on them for continuing their line of combiners. They've been doing this for quite a few years now, and they are successful at it. They keep, pretty much the same type of design, and I can appreciate that. Keep focusing on those guys. And look, you've got a new product out that, yes, it's been done before, but that was like 2 years ago by Unique Toys, and that's the Terracons. But no one else is doing them right now. And it's going to be the scale as all their other releases, all their other 5 or 6 combiners.
And
so I think
we'll KO it, and we can get it for like $100.
And that's just stupid. I mean, it's because then TFC goes out of business, and you don't get the other combiners you're waiting on. Honestly, I didn't think they would do the Terracons. I've been waiting for them to do either the Stunticons or the Combaticons. Again, 2 other companies for each of those groups already said they're doing them and have at least some type of product visual out. So yeah, they have to move on to do something else, but at least it's still within the same vision of what they've been doing for years. So good on them for that. You have newer company, I guess it's Maz Toys, and they're doing those Cybertronian designs. They're starting off with Bumblebee, and then various versions of that. Good on them, because not a lot of people are doing Cybertronian mode. I can't say they're original because there are other people who've done versions like that, but if that's their business statement, cool. Then keep them with that. Keep them with that, and then get an audience that's, they put their resources into buying it and completing that line.
Can I interrupt you for a second? I just had a
Yeah.
quick question. The bumblebee that you're referring to, the Cybertronian, was that when he's the plane?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That little ship-like, yeah.
Yeah, they had the, I think it was yellow, and they had a white version available at TFCon actually.
I think Dragonlord
Yeah,
Prime said he bought the white one.
He bought the white one. Yeah, I took a look at it. It looks
cool.
really cool. It looks really cool. I'll send him an email, and I'll put some pictures up after this little bit here.
Anyway, so that's just what I thought, kind of contributed to. I mean, like I said, it was all right on the reveals, but we already know some of them. Some of the more impressive ones, I think, were already out in the woods. And some companies, they just put out slides of things that are already out or about to be out. We've known about them for a while, so yeah, it's only a few companies I think really shined this time around.
And that's the thing, like I know. Well, actually, I think Tim would be the best person to answer this question. Do they usually have a significant showing at TFCon in Canada, or is it more TFCon Chicago, or is it both?
The past few years, in the past, it was Canada. Their PowerPoint panel would just be overflowing, and the Hasbro hate by the narrators would be huge. I literally watched a video where it's like, yeah, I see this a little bit, not like that Hasbro piece of trash. They're literally panel just saying Hasbro's garbage stuff, and they did that a few years ago. I don't know if they do it now, but yeah, normally the TFCon in Canada is when they show everything they got, and
well, maybe they're waiting. You know what I mean? Like maybe they're because again they've been trying to pump out a lot of stuff lately. Maybe they are just talking about it here and are waiting for Chicago, because I know Chicago's soon.
Truth be told,
this year.
I don't even know what third parties are even thinking anymore. I mean, if I could try to justify anything they do logically, I'd probably lose my mind. It's just like...
Well, I'm just saying it's a possibility. I'm not saying but it could be, right? Like, maybe.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, because I remember Fan Toys teased a silhouette of they're doing a Devastator. And apparently, this was a rumor. I don't know if it's official yet. In Sun, apparently, Kara is planning to do a Masterpiece Devastator. And it's supposed to be bigger. Right now, it's a rumor, though. Keep in mind, right now, it's a rumor. But Sun posted it, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to post this because I'm not sure. So I'm gonna just let this little settle when this happens. And then Wei Jiang, there's talk about Wei Jiang is maybe gonna KO Constructor, so you guys can get him for like $200. So just yeah.
So
the toy market
Counterpunch
is crazy, but it's gonna benefit all of us.
Not if they go under business. No, it's not going to benefit anybody.
No.
Counterpunch, to your point earlier. To your point earlier about waiting until the USA TFCon, I went last year's slideshows, and for the most, I'd say like about 80% of the slides were from the Canada show, which was 2 months earlier. But at the same time, the later convention also brought us, the first real tangible news of Fans Toys Omega and Planet X's Triptychon. So they could be holding some things close to their vest. It's just kind of weird, but I guess they kind of feel like they need to parse out some of their responses, maybe to have something new and better for the next convention. Or like Tim was saying earlier, like he doesn't know what the third parties are thinking. I know what they're thinking. Oh shit! I don't want to be KO'd. Yeah. So like it's all fun and games to keep KOing everything, except when these things come out to market like at the same time as the original product, and the companies we've been buying from go under, and then there's nothing because KO companies aren't going to make new product for the most part.
Yeah.
So yeah, TFCon USA. Hopefully we'll have some more choice offerings then, but we'll see. 2 months. 2 months.
And just to clarify, TFCon USA is in Washington D.C. this year.
Oh, I thought it was in Chicago.
It was last year.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's cool that they move it around.
BotCon has come back in the form of TFCon.
Yeah.
Except for hopefully the administrators of TFCon don't insult the fans. So.
Oh, fun publications. We will not miss you.
Yet I still keep
fair
giving
enough.
a little bit of money here and there. So what's wrong with me?
Well, in the past it's been hard to get exclusives, and I'm not getting Flare Up for the value. I'm getting Flare Up because it's a female Decepticon exclusive. And I never had. I don't think I have maybe even one exclusive. And for the price I'm getting from you, man, I'm just like, might as well do it. Split the amount on the box you're getting.
Yeah, and I'm doing it for value.
Cut out the styrofoam part that comes in and chip her in that, so I can have the styrofoam insert.
I'm doing it for value though. What was that?
If she has
Nova Prime,
styrofoam, I'll send you styrofoam,
$25?
dude.
Huh?
If she has styrofoam, I'll send it to you. I will bet she's just in a baggie. Like a proper drug dealer would. Man, nothing. Okay, hard crowd. All right.
No, my brain is not very as fast as most people, but I'm kind of like a Pentium 600. Sometimes I get the blue screen of death and things like that, and I crash my hard drive and I have to reset just to comprehend some simple things like big words.
All right, well, gentlemen, we got an hour on this. Do we want to go more, or we want to call this good?
I want to watch Game of Thrones in 10 minutes.
Are we going to knock out Getz? We can knock out Getz.
Let's just get some other time.
Yeah, let's do Getz some other time.
All right, because I got to go at 6 anyway.
All right. Okay, well, that was our TFCon gushing, and there should be more video when this is properly edited later. And
yeah.
All right, well, mazintotoro signing off.
I'm Timotheus Prime, and keep strong and keep your Mega Supremes long.
This is Necro, and I'm going to leave fun Canadian accents to Counterpunch.
And I'm Counterpunch. Take off, you hoser.
Yeah, eh?
Take off, eh?
Alright, so I am finally back from TFCon, and I set up all the figures that I bought today down here, so we're just going to go through them one by one. So I got GDO Springer, I got a Universe Sunstreaker, Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron Bumblebee, Reveal the Shield Wreck-Gar, Universe Acid Storm, Fall of Cybertron Starscream. So those are my deluxes that I picked up, even though I said I wasn't going to really buy any. Yeah, I got 6. I picked up 2 Masterpiece figures, so I got MP Ratchet and I got MP Trax. I got the coin with my MP Ratchet, so that's quite nice. Over here we have Titan's Return Voyager class Octone. I did see a Blitzwing there, but I have the Thrilling 30 version, and I'm much happier with that, especially because I have a Megatron mold, so I would like only one mold there. Picked up Calidus Asterisk Mode for Maz. He asked me to pick that up for him. I picked up a G1 Complete 8-Face, a G1 Complete Slugslinger, a G1 Complete Point Blank, and a G1 Complete Needle Nose. The only problem with Needle Nose is you probably will not be able to see, but if you look on this corner, there's actually a little bit of a rip of the plastic for the fin. It came with the fin, but it also came with a little plastic piece for that edge piece there. I don't know, the quality isn't really that great on my camera, so you can probably just see that there's 3 little pegs, but the last one's missing. The peg actually came with it, so I'm going to be gluing that together. I found a night beat with the head, no gun, but I got the head. And then here are my parts. So I've got a head for my hose head finally. I got a guard for my Scorponok's gun. I got the right fist and the right breastplate and the crotch piece for Defensor. I got the crotch piece and the left fist for Bruticus. I got Six Shots guns, Brainstorm's gun, Scourge's gun, and Broadside's axe. So, yeah, this is what I got.
So, I'm in my car. Obviously, I'm back home, but I just wanted to give some final reflections of. I got my dog in the back. Hey, Boomer. I just want to give some final reflections for this year's TFCon as the Toy Box correspondent for the day. I just wanted to say thanks to everybody in the podcast for letting me do this and giving me the opportunity to try this out and ask some questions and be a little bit more social than I'm currently used to, and just get out there and talk to people, and I had a great experience. This is my 6th year being at a TFCon, and I think this was honestly the best TFCon that I've currently been to. It it was an awesome day, and I'm not normally one to partake in the whole weekend. I specifically go to buy toys. Most of you who know me as an investor. I am here to collect on Transformers and cash out within the next 20 years or so. So doing this as a social aspect and meeting these neat people. Even in my interviews today, two of the interviewees I did not know. Those are the girls at the booth, and the first interview that I talked to, the person who attended TFCon for the first time. And just looking through the interviews and after listening to them again, I had an individual that was there for one time. I had an individual that has come for about the same amount of years that I have been there, and then I had a veteran, and then the last group, the table of women, they're all artists, and they're not even from here. They're from Florida. So look at the reach that this place has had. When I first started going to TFCon in 2011, I could park my car in a parking spot, and there was not that many places. The dealer room was never this busy. And now look at, you're having ages 3 and up having party exclusives where myself and DragonLordPrime had to wait in line for 20 minutes just to get a Calidus for Maz. The Targetus or whatever the Trailbreaker third party was at the other side of the table. Dealer booths were everywhere. They opened a second room. They had a second room available here. I haven't seen that before, and it was great to see the contrast in price. And Galvion mentioned that earlier when I was interviewing him. He saw a $60 toy going to a $30 toy in the other room. That's interesting to talk about. I had the opportunity to meet with Vangelis, and I was really interested in the panel that he had tomorrow. Unfortunately, I can't go, and I can't really talk a lot about it. The topic that choosing was going to be why we collect, and looking at it more from just an aspect of I like this toy versus I like this toy, and you're never able to have a debate about it. And he just kind of touched on a few things, and like I said, I don't want to do it injustice and not say it correctly, so I'm not necessarily going to. However, meeting him, meeting the Transmissions podcast gentlemen, so Daryl, Charles, Jeff, and Yoshi, they have their own podcast as well. They do their stuff here in London, Ontario. And, seeing them throughout the day, talking with them. I actually met Charles for the first time. I actually haven't met him. I've just watched some of his videos. And, this is so different than the other years that I've been there. I was actually excited to go talk to people and hang out with them and ask them questions and, have some laughs. You'll probably you saw from the video, there was a guy dressed as the Muppet Chef, and, he was at the costume contest, and you see all these different people, and it was actually such a great experience. Usually, I see these individuals at a con. I'll run into them once, and that'll be the only person that I run into, or something like that. Like, that'll be the only person that I run into, or I'll run into a couple of people. But this year, I ran into every single person that I knew at this con, and they were friendly, they were hospitable. it was just a great experience. And, you know, anybody that has ever thought about going to a con, please do so. Anybody that has ever, you know, considered going to TFCon, you know, regardless if you live in the States or in Canada, there's a Chicago TFCon, there's a Toronto TFCon. There are abilities to come to these things, and they are so worth it. Even if you come for one day. One day, I got to soak up so much of this in one whole day. I hung out with Scott McNeil. I got to hang out with the designer of some Robot Hero or Rescue Bot products. I was literally standing and joking around with Nick Roche. I saw him hanging out, making some jokes, and we all just had a laugh. Vangelis was there. Again, we had a quick discussion. Nothing. There was never a problem to approach these people and just say, "Hey, how you doing?" Right? It was a great day. You know, the toy halls. And I'm not even talking about prices, and that's usually my big thing. I'm always talking about prices. I always care about the products that I buy, and I stand behind the products that I buy, you know, and things like that. But, you know, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the social aspect and how much fun I had today. I took $1,000. Actually, I will disclose how much I spent. I spent about $1,000. So you saw from my haul what I got. I completed so many G1 figures. It is unbelievable. I bought four complete G1 figures and one incomplete. I bought a new Titan's Return Wave 5 Voyager. I bought 6 deluxe figures, 2 Masterpiece, you know, and this was great. And that's not even the slew of what you can buy there. You can buy art, you can buy toys, you can buy, there were plushies, people made all these plushies of different characters in IDW. They were all over the place. You had some girls that were making Perlers, and all these character designs from Perlers, and they look so cool. And, you know, the conversations that you have and the people that you meet and the connections that you make, that is what makes TFCon special, ladies and gentlemen. That is what makes TFCon special. That will make me... That's the main reason why I will always go to TFCon. I will support 100 TFCon 100%, and you know, I'm probably going to start volunteering and trying to go all weekends. So this is a call, this is an invitation to all Toy Box members. If you want to do a hotel for the weekend next year or the year after that, please message me, because this is something that I am totally down for. I am into making this a whole weekend experience, and if any of you guys are interested in joining the fun and coming to hang out and maybe doing something like this, obviously a little bit more sophisticated next year, then I am down. And you have Counterpunch at your side. We'll drink some beers, we'll have a good time, and this is CP signing off.